in what has been called post-racial America. You know, given the steady stream of racial incidents that are all across the social media, you know, what does that term mean to you?
Nothing, and it never did. And I usually have to put this disclaimer because I have a monograph and an edited volume that have post-racial in the title, and my usual defense is my editors made me do it because it was for marketing purposes to sell books. So, you know, people started to proclaim that America was post-racial when the Obama campaign started to gain momentum in 2008. And so I think people got really excited about the prospect of an African-American president, and breaking that glass ceiling might be evidence of the fact that American society had finally opened up. And it did open up in some ways, but there are many, many ways that we now are acutely aware of now in which it did not open up. And so we were very premature collectively as a country when we were proclaiming the nation to be post-racial. So, you know, President Obama's success is wonderful. It is something that should be celebrated. It is symbolically important for the entire nation and particularly for African Americans. But one man's success does not necessarily mean that we have arrived racially. I mean, even before we start talking about police shootings, and I know we'll spend a lot of time talking about that today, if we look at every basic measure of socioeconomic status, so from income to wealth to life expectancy to educational attainment, all of these kinds of things, blacks are still behind whites, and this has been the case usually in roughly the same proportion for as long as anybody in this room has been alive. So, and that's not to say that there hasn't been progress, because clearly there has been progress. Otherwise, I don't think any of us could be sitting up here on this stage. But I think we lulled ourselves into sort of putting too much emphasis into the importance of the election of the first black president when we decided in South Carolina in 2008 that America was post-racial, or as they said after the South Carolina primary, that race didn't matter anymore. It still does, and I think sadly we've all had this rude awakening in the last year and a half of the ways in which it's still important.